I think discipline is important in whatever job you have or whatever volunteer activity you're involved with. And that just carried over from my younger days when I was a Boy Scout. I grew up in Warren, Ohio. It was a small steel mill town. I was the most influenced by my parents. Both my mother and father had unique expectations. I was about 15 years old, and my dad said to me that he was going to get me a job in the summer at the steel mill with him. And as a kid, you could only get a job there if you had a parent working there. And I was not looking forward to it. I just knew what I didn't want to do. I joined the military after high school, and I was excited about joining the Paratroopers. I worked at Veterans Hospital here for 2 years, but at the same time I enrolled in a trade school to learn about computers. There was a patient at the hospital, and one day he asked me, he said, "Why are you working here?" And I said, "I'm looking for a job. I just completed a course on computers." And he said, "Well, I know a friend of mine who is in human resources at Western Southern. I will tell him about you." I went down, put an application, took a battery of tests, and I was offered a job. And the rest is history. 51 years worth of history.
Even though he's been here over 50 years, he has been the go-to man on almost everything. Herb has progressed through the ranks. He started out in the computer side of things in 1963. He moved on up through HR and then into public relations, and then he retired from active duty in 2007 as the senior vice president of the company.
Western Southern is one of the real important corporations in Cincinnati, and they invest an awful lot in the community, and I've been part of that throughout my career at Western Southern. I met Marcia when we were volunteering with the YMCA Black Achiever Program. We served on the committee together, and we struck up a friendship. I was impressed. She worked hard on the committee. She was committed to what she was doing, and I was committed to it, and so that's how we developed our relationship. I like jazz. I got interested in music when I was in the military. When you didn't have anything to do, you sit around and you listen to music. And it caught on, and I continue to listen to music all the time.
Herb Brown is a cool cat. I think jazz really reflects some of that calm, soothing disposition that Herb has.
And I don't know if it's related or not, but Herb's able to keep us cool under the most stressful times.
I consider volunteerism as an investment in a community that gives you a return when you see some progress being made.
Herb impressed me as someone that if he thought it was important to the community, important to the work that we were doing here at United Way, it was important to him. He is a person who sits at the table, although sometimes quiet. He still seems to be very much the giant in the room, because when Herb speaks, everybody listens.
When the United Way named the Herbert R. Brown Society, I was absolutely floored. You know, when you have a legacy group and the individual is not passed on, that's quite an honor.
Herb was able to attract people to participate with us in the African American Leadership Initiative, subsequently the Herbert R. Brown Society, because Herb himself makes such a compelling case.
He's been a vibrant part of just about every major move in town. You go back to when Herb was a much younger man and on the Cincinnati School Board. The school board was 0 for 10 in levies, and we had a lawsuit filed by the NAACP. Herb was able to bring all the sides together and have everybody agree so that everybody made peace and we won the first levy, and they've done pretty well since then.
Since 2001, there's been great improvement in trust between the community and the police. Still more to work on, but the police and the community work well together in solving problems in communities. And the Cincinnati Initiative to Reduce Violence has played a major role in helping that.
I think the asset that Herb brings to the table is that keen sense of community, that understanding of what it's like to grow up in urban America, and being a diplomat. Herb serves as a bridge between corporate Cincinnati and urban Cincinnati. Herb's also known for his trustworthiness, and that sense of fairness is the reason that many of the city leaders seek Herb out.
What makes Herb so effective is he's not doing anything for himself. He's doing it for the greater good of the community. Everyone recognizes that on all sides of all issues. His respect is universal and unchallenged.
He has touched our lives in so many ways. His passion truly has been in making sure that children and families in this community have a better life.
I have been very, very blessed. When you consider the fact that I came from a small town, my parents would be awfully proud of the accomplishments that I've had. And I think that every step along the way that I've achieved has been a joy.